Welcome back to our learning platform. Today, we are going to talk about something that millions of language students dream about: speaking English like a natural speaker. Many people study English for years. They learn grammar rules, they memorize words, they watch English videos. But when it is finally time to speak, they become afraid. Their mind becomes totally empty, and their speaking becomes slow. Their confidence disappears. Why does this happen? Because speaking English easily is not only about knowing words, it is about listening, belief, pronunciation, speed, daily practice, and training your brain to think in English. Natural speakers do not change every sentence inside their head. English became simple for them through constant contact and daily talk. The good news is this: you do not need to live in New York or London to sound more natural in English. You can train yourself step by step. In this story of Rohan and Priya, you will learn powerful ways that can help you speak more smoothly, sound more natural, improve pronunciation, and talk boldly in real-life conversations. And if you practice these lessons daily, your English can improve much faster than you think. So relax, focus carefully, and try to repeat the sentences with belief, because today you are not only learning English, you are training yourself to speak English easily like a bold speaker. Lesson 1. Listen to English every day. One of the biggest secrets to speaking English like a natural speaker is listening. Many English students focus too much on grammar books, vocabulary lists, and learning rules. But they do not spend enough time listening to real English. That is why speaking often feels slow, unnatural, and difficult. The truth is simple. Your brain learns language through hearing. Natural speakers became smooth because they heard English constantly since childhood. They listened every day, at home, in school, on television, with friends, and during daily life. Slowly, their brain naturally learned. Pronunciation, speed, sentence forms, tone, and expressions. This is why listening is extremely powerful. The more English you hear, the more natural English begins feeling. Another important truth is this: listening trains the brain automatically. When you listen regularly, your brain slowly starts recognizing common words, pronunciation forms, and natural speaking flow. At first, English may sound very fast and confusing. That is normal. Many students become sad because they cannot understand everything immediately. But understanding grows slowly through repetition. Your brain needs time to adjust. Another major mistake students make is listening only sometimes. Language learning needs regular contact. Listening once a week is not enough. Daily listening creates real improvement. Even 20 or 30 minutes every day can create huge long-term progress. Regularity matters much more than perfection. Another important thing is choosing understandable English. Some students try listening to extremely difficult content too early. Then they feel sad. Start with simple English you can partly understand. For example, audio clips for students. Simple talks, slow English videos, audiobooks for beginners, easy interviews. Step by step, your listening power becomes stronger. Another powerful lesson is active listening. Many people play English in the background while doing other things, but never truly focus. Real improvement happens when you listen carefully. Pay attention to pronunciation, feeling, stops, connected speech, and sentence setup. Notice how natural speakers actually sound. This helps your speaking become more natural too. Another important truth is this: listening improves pronunciation automatically. The brain copies what it hears repeatedly. If you constantly hear natural English, your pronunciation slowly improves too. You begin noticing how words connect, how stress changes meaning, and how natural speed works. This is extremely important for sounding more smooth. Another major problem is fear of not understanding everything. Many students panic when they miss words, but natural speakers also do not focus on understanding every single word constantly. Focus on understanding the main idea first. Understanding improves slowly. Do not stop listening because it feels difficult. Difficulty is part of growth. Another helpful habit is repetition. Listen to the same audio many times. The first time, you may understand very little. The second time, more words become clear. The third time, your brain recognizes forms more easily. Repetition trains the ears powerfully. Another important lesson is copying natural speakers. After listening to short sentences, repeat them loudly. Copy pronunciation, speed, and tone. Copy speed, tone, and feeling. This trains your mouth and ears together. Many students understand English better than they can speak because they practice listening but never practice speaking loudly. Use your voice. Another powerful truth is this: the brain learns faster through copying. Children learn language by listening and copying constantly. English students can improve the same way. Another important thing is daily contact. Wrap yourself with English regularly. Listen while walking, exercising, cooking, cleaning, or traveling. Small listening moments throughout the day create huge improvement over time. Another major lesson is patience. Many people stop because progress feels slow, but listening skill develops quietly. One day you suddenly realize, I understand much more than before. That improvement comes from repeated contact over time. Another important truth is this: listening builds speaking belief. When students hear natural English repeatedly, talks begin feeling less scary. The brain becomes more familiar with English forms. This reduces fear during speaking. Another powerful thing is emotional listening. Do not only listen to study material. Listen to content you enjoy. Listen to content you enjoy too. For example, stories, funny talks, interviews, motivational videos, audio clips about your interests. Enjoyable listening increases regularity. Another important lesson is pronunciation knowledge. Notice how natural speakers cut sounds, connect words, and change pronunciation during fast speech. Real spoken English often sounds different from textbook English. Listening helps students understand real talk better. Another major problem is depending too much on subtitles. Subtitles can help in the beginning, but students should slowly challenge themselves to listen without reading everything constantly. This strengthens listening power faster. Another important truth is this: smooth speaking begins with strong listening. You cannot naturally make language. You cannot naturally make language that your brain rarely hears. Input matters greatly. Another helpful habit is creating a listening plan. For example, morning audio clip, English video during lunch, audiobook before sleep. Small plans create regularity naturally. Another powerful lesson is belief. Do not become sad if listening feels difficult. Now, every smooth English speaker once struggled too. Improvement comes through patience and repetition. Another important thing is trusting the steps. Your brain is learning even when progress feels invisible. Every listening session matters. Every minute of contact matters. The students who improve fastest are usually students who stay regular. So remember this carefully. If you want to speak English like a natural speaker, you must listen every day. You must listen to English every day. Listen carefully. Listen regularly. Repeat what you hear. Stay patient, because the more natural English enters your ears, the more natural English will come out of your mouth. Lesson 2. Stop translating everything. One of the biggest reasons many English students struggle while speaking is mental translation. Many people first think in their mother tongue. Then try changing every sentence into English inside their mind. This creates slow speaking, stopping, confusion, and stress. The brain becomes overloaded. While speaking, students often think, how do I change this? What is the correct grammar? What word should I use? Because of this, talks feel unnatural and difficult. Natural speakers do not change words mentally. They think directly in English. That is why their speaking feels faster and smoother. If you want to sound more natural in English, you must slowly train your brain to think in English too. This does not happen overnight. It happens step by step through daily practice. Another important truth is this: translation slows smoothness greatly. Imagine trying to speak while constantly changing languages inside your mind. The brain becomes slower because it is doing too many things at the same time: thinking, changing words, checking grammar, and worrying about mistakes. This creates pressure. That is why many students know English but still struggle during real talks. Their brain depends too much on translation. Another major problem is trying to make perfect sentences constantly. Many students believe every sentence must sound advanced and grammatically perfect. But real talk does not work that way. Natural speakers often use simple, fast, natural sentences. You do not need difficult English to sound smooth. Simple English spoken naturally is powerful. That is why thinking directly in simple English matters so much. Start with tiny thoughts. For example, I am very tired. I need water. The weather is hot. I am hungry. I need to study. These small thoughts train the brain slowly. At first, it may feel strange. That is normal. Your brain has spent years thinking in another language. Changing mental habits takes time. Be patient with yourself. Another powerful lesson is reducing fear. Many students panic because they think too much before speaking. They fear grammar. They fear grammar mistakes, wrong words, or shame. This fear increases translation habits even more. But smooth speaking grows through relaxed talk. Do not stop every second to mentally correct yourself. Focus on talk first. Perfection can improve later. Another important thing is using English during daily life. Practice simple English thoughts while doing normal activities. For example, cooking. While cooking, I am making breakfast. While walking, I am going to the shop. While studying, I need to finish this work. This daily mental practice is extremely powerful. It trains your brain to connect English directly with real life. Another important truth is this: the brain learns through repetition. The more often you think in English, the easier and more simple it becomes. At first, your English thoughts may feel slow and simple, but slowly the brain adjusts. This is how smoothness develops naturally. Another major mistake students make is depending too much on dictionary translation. Some people change every single word constantly. This creates dependency. Instead, try understanding ideas directly in English. For example, when learning the word hungry, connect it. When learning the word hungry, do not only memorize translation, connect it with feeling. Connect English directly with meaning and experience. This helps the brain think more naturally. Another powerful lesson is visualization. When learning English words, imagine pictures and situations instead of changing everything mentally. For example, if you hear apple, imagine the sweet fruit directly. Do not first think in another language. This strengthens direct English thinking. Another important thing is speaking loudly. Thinking silently helps, but speaking loudly trains smoothness much faster. Describe your area in English. The room is quiet. My phone is on the desk. I am feeling relaxed today. This trains natural sentence creation. Another major truth is this: smooth speakers speak. Another major truth is this: smooth speakers do not always speak perfectly. They speak comfortably. Comfort comes from repeated usage. That is why regular practice matters more than perfect grammar knowledge alone. Another important lesson is listening. Daily listening helps reduce translation habits too. When you hear English repeatedly, your brain slowly begins recognizing English forms. Your brain slowly begins recognizing English forms automatically. You stop changing every sentence because English starts feeling more familiar. This is why listening and thinking practice work together. Another powerful thing is accepting simplicity. Many students try sounding smart too early, but natural speaking often sounds simple and natural. Do not fear basic English. Mastering simple English. Mastering simple English creates strong smoothness bases. Mistakes are normal during mental change. Sometimes you may forget words or mix languages. That is okay. Do not panic. Keep practicing calmly. The brain improves slowly. Another helpful habit is writing in English. Write simple daily thoughts. Today, I woke up early. I practiced English for 1 hour. I feel completely motivated today. Writing strengthens direct English thinking greatly. Another important lesson is avoiding overthinking. Smooth speaking becomes difficult when the brain constantly studies everything. Relax your mind. Trust simple English. Talk matters most. Another major truth is this: thinking directly in English creates faster speaking. The brain answers more naturally because it removes the extra step. The brain answers more naturally because it removes the extra translation step. That is why natural smoothness becomes easier over time. Another powerful lesson is regularity. You do not need huge study sessions. Small, daily English thinking habits are enough. Even a few minutes daily creates improvement slowly. Another important thing is patience. Mental language habits cannot change instantly. Mental language habits developed over many years cannot change instantly. Give yourself time. Every day of practice matters. Every English thought matters. Another truth is this: smoothness is not magic. It is the result of repeated contact and repeated usage. The more English becomes part of your daily thinking, the more natural speaking becomes. So remember this carefully and follow it.